Okay. We want to welcome you today. This interview is for Crossroads to Freedom, and I'm Zach Harpole, and this is
John Bass.
And if you would, please just state your name for us.
Cyd Mosteller.
Okay. It's nice to have you here today.
Thank you.
To get started, could you just tell us a little bit about where you were born and growing up, things like that?
Well, I was born here in Memphis. I am a Memphian, and happy to say that. And was just lucky to have a beautiful childhood and a wonderful life there, and met my husband at 18 and fell madly in love because I was singing with a band that he was playing trumpet with. And we were both with the Bill Justice Band, so it was a very good time in my life to make my living singing in Memphis.
Okay. Well, how did you get into music? What was your first experience with that?
My mother used to say that I was born singing, that you always wanted to sing, she would tell me. And she said I would sit at the piano at the windowsill and pretend I was playing the piano. And then I would sing, and I sang anywhere anyone would invite me to sing. And as I've always said, ignorance is a little blissful because you don't care whether you're good or not if you want to sing. I just always wanted to sing. There was tunnel vision. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Did you sing in the church growing up, or was it just around the house?
I sang in church.
Mm-hmm. What church was that?
That was a church over in North Memphis. We were of that era. I wasn't projects like Elvis, but it was a Methodist church, and beautiful time to sing. And I remember one time the choir director was not real happy with me because he thought maybe I knew a little more than he did or sang better than he did. It was small, so that created a little difficulty. It's one of those strange, quirky memories. But I always sang, if anyone invited me to sing at a pancake supper or a church dinner or anywhere, I would go sing and just try to sing with anybody that would invite me, which is what I suggest to everyone. Excuse me.
And how early, like as a child, you did this?
As a child, through grammar school, through high school, and I was getting pretty good at piano. And they would say, "Well, you play piano and let the other people sing," and I decided no, I'd quit playing piano so I could sing. And then there was a radio show at WMC, and it was called Young America Sings. So where other kids were out playing every Friday afternoon after school and every Saturday, I was at WMC singing. And so I got used to microphones and singing with other people and blending.
Where was that, WMC, where was that?
It was on Union, perpendicular to, I forgot. It's weird, it was one of those odd memories. I think it was the Goodwin Institute building. I don't know where that is now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, oh, wonderful. So you mentioned you and your husband were in the same band. How did you get involved with that? And tell us a little bit about that, please.
I graduated early, so at 18 I was at Memphis State Music Department and became a music major. And I had my eye on him, and he had my eye on me, and it turned out we were singing and playing with the same band. So he offered to pick me up and take me to the gig because my parents weren't real happy about it at 18, but the gig was at Memphis Country Club, so they couldn't say too much about it. And so from then on, we joined the Bill Justice Band, and that's where the Sun Studios scenario evolves from.
Talk a little bit more about that. What was your first foray, and how did you get connected with Sun?
Bill Justice was a great band director. He was the original cool musician, and I sang with him, and he and his wife became very close friends. So he became music director at Sun Studios, and he would say, "Well, Cyd, come on down, I want you to do some backup work." Well, at that time, I didn't know or care who it was. We all needed to make money, and that was how I was making my living. So I would go down to Sun Studios, and Bill would say, "Oh, you're going to back up so-and-so and so-and-so." Half the time, I didn't know who I was backing up. They had already done their singing. I was recorded after.
What years was it?
I think this was around 1958.
Okay.
because that's when Ballad of a Teenage Queen came out.
So Elvis had already gone through Son at that point.
Yeah, I think that's right. I hope I have my years right.
54 to 56, I think.
Is that when he
there.
was? And so I didn't know him,
Okay.
and really didn't meet a lot of the guys. I did meet Bill Black, the Bill Black combo. They were very kind. Everybody was very kind. Sam Phillips was a wonderful man. I enjoyed him very much. Always very, very nice to me. And it looks just, Sun Studios looks just like it does now. It looked then, and I can look over and say I stood there, which uncannily enough was where Elvis stood. They have the X's there.
Right.
And that's where I would always stand. And I might have to kick a few cans out of the way in the early years there, but I was young, I didn't care. I just loved singing.
Talk a little bit about how the sessions went. Were they just, when you came in, was it just singers that they brought in, so you were doing
Right,
just
right.
the vocal parts?
On Charlie Rich's Lonely Weekends, I think I made up my part with Bill's approval, because he would say, you know, this is what I want you to do, and the rest of them were singing something else.